Hello everybody, Shane here for FreePCGamers yet again with another game sort of based with the Yume Nikki series of dream games or the sister dream games or whatever you want to call it. This is one of, I guess, considering it how you look at all the games based on Yume Nikki, it's either 3 of 3 or 4 of 4 or whatever. But this is dot flow, point flow, so on and so forth, however you want to say it. Now, I do have to warn all viewers right now, this game is very, very heavy on its theme. It's not stuff you'd see in most games. It goes beyond gore. It has a lot of gore, but that's not what makes this game so, like, emotionally and mentally heavy. It deals with some stuff that we don't look at much in society. It's really heavy stuff. Now, the premise of the game, you play a girl who's been infected, or is believed to be infected with a disease known as rust. And over the game, there's actually two special things about this game I will go over. And they're like special counters each time you play the game. But I think it's consistent through your save files, but I do think there's like a random effect every time you start the game that affects some things. So anyway, what I mean is when this game has a heavy theme and stuff, it deals with things like bullying to the point of like flat out beating, possible like permanent damage to the person. It deals with like it alludes to sort of like gang violence. It'd be easier to read the wiki, but there's this character known as Smile and Sister, and it does with all these things is like fighting against people who have the disease, because the disease like warps the mind. It's sort of like zombification and whatnot. And this game also adds to the stuff. There are certain characters you may have to kill. There are, I believe, like stuff dealing with like miscarriage and stillbornness. There's stuff dealing with like your childhood friend dying, I believe, terminally disease affecting the character and others. Like whole towns like are completely wiped out by the disease. But anyway, getting on with the game. This is definitely, of the 4 games, I guess you could consider like the Sister Dream games, I guess. This is definitely probably the most goriest. It's really a great game, don't get me wrong, but you're gonna have to be pretty resilient in order to play this. Now, I haven't played this in a while, so I don't remember all the stuff going on, and I never got far. What the hell is going on? What the okay. I have no fucking idea. If I remember correctly, this game does things a bit backward. Yeah, you have to save in the bed rather than falling asleep in the bed. As the classic Famicom or NES game, present in pretty much all games, TV, blah blah blah. Now, I will go over the 2 things that are pretty interesting about this game that make it pretty different. There are 2 counters based on the game, one tied to 2 characters. The first I'll talk about is the friendship thing. One of the characters in the game, not Smile, and I don't think it's Sister. Yeah, it's not Sister, because they're, I think, pretty much the same character, just 2 different. Well, it's the same, like, sprite, but it's different characters, whatever. There's a character who is believed to be your friend who wears a scuba helmet and actually gives you the scuba ability, which helps during certain parts and maps. But that person, I'll just walk around for fun or whatever. But, I guess I'll play the game. But, he has a personal, like, friendship meter. Every time you start .flow, and every time you enter the like game or whatever on the computer or the dream world, I guess, he can get like 50. Wow, I suck. he gets like a +5 to his friendship meter, and if you do it while wearing the scuba helmet he gives you, it gives him like an extra 5. If you kill him, it takes away like 10 to his friendship meter every time you start. And that's another thing. In this and some others, certain characters may remain dead. So like in Yume Nikki 2, some characters I believe remain dead. In the original Yume Nikki, I think most of them will always survive. Or like they'll always come back every time you enter the dream world. Oh wow, I suck. But enough of that. But I believe that after you reach positive 30 points with that character, you get like a bonus, or like that character takes you to a world you can't reach otherwise. Or I guess it's like a different way to get into. The other meter I was going to talk about is the erosion meter. And the erosion is tied to the thing called rust in the game. I believe every time there are like, I think 6 events which raise your erosion meter. Or no, I think it's like 3 events that can, and then there's like 3 ways of gaining it naturally without causing an event. The first way to gain it through an event is like the Sisters event or something. There are like 2 or 3 events. The first time you do the events, it gives you a positive 50, and it only goes up as opposed to back and forth like the friendship. The next one would be I can't remember the next name, but I know all events give you 50 the first time and then 10 every subsequent time after. Erosion causes multiple effects in the game, and I think it'll actually affect parts of the game as this gets updated, because it's only at 0.17 or whatever update. What else? The erosion meter I know affects this room. Every time you go past a certain mark, you'll notice more blood spots on the floor, and at a certain point there are actually devices hooked up next to the computer which is believed to actually be treating or having to force the main character's like rust or whatever disease, because it's causing severe damage to her, although it has no effect on the character as far as I know. Let's let her sit, have fun. But the erosion counter can also go up when captured by certain enemies, I believe, or taking damage. Actually, I don't think it's believed by capturing. I think it's only if you take like damage. But there's no real way to die in this game either. This game has its own set of effects, and like I said, it's a lot darker and more gory, so viewers may want to look away if they have to. Okay, this is new. And this is another thing. The central hub for this character is far different than most others. Where other characters get like a spanning room full of different objects or doors, this character gets basically one of the 4 cardinal directions to go in, and it all depends on which way you want to go, but you don't really get objects. Now, I have never actually been into this central hub where it's completely white. I've usually been in one where it's like black and gray. Wow, this is fucking creepy. So, one thing to note is, you'll probably notice my hesitation. I'm not really great with scary games. All my 250 pounds of fat and muscle and like my big size are pretty crappy, alluding to the fact that I really hate scary games. I mean, I got nightmares from freaking just watching my cousin play oh fuck. That is one of the characters affected by rust. Now, it's also believed that these characters suffer or are like they're related to the main character, and either by blood or relative, but it's also believed that the white hair is caused by cure. There's a bunch of different theories. Again, this, just like almost every other Yume Nikki related game, has no dialogue, which can make for some pretty creepy moments, like that big red eye floating in the background. There's no like reason for it. Ugh. What else is there to add? Well, that's kind of crap. I had no idea where to go. There are a lot of more characters, and there's a lot more ways to die, or whatever, get captured, and take damage in this game as opposed to the others, which makes it for a pretty, I guess, like, stressful but worthwhile experience. It's not really stressful like mentally or emotionally as this game's themes are. It's more or less just like difficulty, as you don't really get the chance to fight back against any characters in the game except for, I think, like the final level boss or whatever. But even then, I've never really gotten to the true ending of this game. I believe this game has the least, or no, it has like the second to least, only losing to the original Yume Nikki for the amount of endings. In this game, it's 3, and two endings are easy to reach, where the third is very hard to get to. You have to go to like the final level map and all that good stuff, and it's just like flat out tiring. I believe you need all 24 effects as well, which another thing, I think this game is either on par or slightly surpasses the original Yume Nikki. I'm not getting anywhere, so let's just wake up. It surpasses or meets Yume Nikki's amount of effects, but I think it's like the second to most out of, wow, okay, save. I think it's like second to most of effects. It sells. This game has a very somber tone. It's like, I think this game is worse than even Silent Hill, to be honest. This is what I was talking about. This is the one I usually see, but it always changes depending on whatever session of flow starts, and it's always random. I think I've been here before, actually. Ugh. The music in this game is just terrifying. There are parts where it's just like consistent heartbeat, and it's the creepiest thing. You go to places like the corrupted school, the hospital, where you can actually find like a younger version of yourself, and as the erosion counter goes up, she starts getting affected by it. It's really just creepy stuff. It's a great game, don't get me wrong, but you really gotta have like persistence and like dedication to move on if you really want to enjoy this game. The biggest thing to look out for in this game is something that seems different from the overall theme. Like, these characters I haven't seen, as opposed to some of the others. Ah, here we go. I got an effect. And these little characters will give you effects, such as watering can. Oh, yeah. In this game, the use, or like every Yume Nikki game, when you get an effect, there's usually like a use key, which is shift in this one. And it causes different effects. Used in different worlds, it may cause certain characters to react differently, which can always be fun, or even help you pass certain enemies. Like, the person who is chasing me in the other world can actually be negated if you have the ghost ability, which I believe you get in a world similar to this, but I'm not entirely sure. Man, this game is really just, ugh. I'm not even sure what these people are for. I'm guessing one of them like will allow me to move on to a different area, but I can't tell. The other problem, which I sort of just addressed in like a minute ago, was there isn't clear what will help you move on and what won't. But you can usually find it with persistence, and there's a lot less areas to start off with as compared to like Yume Nikki, where you get like 12 doors just straight off the bat. Oh, this is the area I was talking about where your friend shows up somewhere. I know it was somewhere in here. Now, the first time you meet her, I don't think her friendship meter can be affected, because it changes every time you start like a session or whatever, a flow, when you get into this world. Oh shit, I do not want to go in there. That world is really just creepy and disturbing. I know I've been in there for like days on end trying to figure out which way goes where. It's like a giant maze, and I think it can only be beaten after you get most of the effects and stuff. Let's go this way. Why did all of a sudden get darker? Huh. I select the world map for this area. If I use the watering can, so it's raining underwater. This, I think this is underwater. The bubbles kind of made it obvious. Wow, there's absolutely nothing out here. It's like a desolate wasteland of water. That's really disturbing. What in the world? Oh, it's just rocks and stuff. Oh, hey, there she is. Awesome, we got a diving helmet. Is this even do? Okay. Huh. But you can raise our friendship meter up by like I think 10 every time you start the like a session, which is like logging onto the computer in this game, not actually like starting up Flow itself. Also, this along with Yume Nikki 2, and I have to check. I'll probably like leave a comment separate saying something about it, but I believe this game is like will be sort of like Yume Nikki 2 for a lot of you, and that's really difficult to play even the English version without Applocal. So you're gonna want to pick up Applocal for this, which I think it's just like freeware. I have it and I use it. It's really good for games like these, and other Japanese games are really fun to play and have English counterparts, but they don't like transition well, and you have to like run a Japanese style computer, but it's just sort of like a mask or whatever. I'm not sure what you call it. But so if you have any issues with Applocal or running this game, leave a comment in the sections and I can try and assist you as much as I can. I'm gonna get up because I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. Also, another thing I'd like to address in Yume Nikki games, which is really fun, a lot of different parts of the game have what are called random effects, which can happen. There's usually like a 1 in so many chance of some things happening in certain areas. Wow, okay, it's bloody this time, great. But it's I think it's most common to find in the original Yume Nikki. What the fuck? Wow, okay, this is really fucking creepy. I don't think I've been here before. Ah, God, I got a feeling like anything can jump out at any time. Ooh. Yikes. Okay. This is where I started. I think I get like the iron pipe here or something. What the fuck is that? What the hell? I think that like permanently What the fuck? Another one? I guess I thought it was like one of those things that like permanently transports you to a different area. Like, what I mean permanently is that you cannot get back to the same area. Oh, does this lead to like the apartments? What the fuck? Yeah, I have not played this game in like well over 6 months. I don't remember much of anything other than like what the character looks like. Ooh. Oh yes, this is the apartments. This is one of the areas that I believe was affected by the rust plague or sickness, I guess. As you notice, there's pretty much no one in any room whatsoever. I think this is one of like the central hub areas. Well, not like an exact central hub, but this is one of the areas where there's a lot of ways to get to different rooms. I got a bad feeling about going this way. What the fuck? There's blood spatter, okay. A radiator. Hello. What if I wore the diving helmet? Hey, I see you. Okay. No effect. Okay. I think the diving helmet might... Did it just flash? I like blinked and I swear to God it flashed. What the fuck? But anyway, I think it's either this one or Yume Nikki 2 where a lot of the effects are just purely... I think it's this one. A lot of them are just pretty much just cosmetic. But there are ones that have some useful uses. Oh, wait a second. I remember reading somewhere, this is like the rusted plant, I think. And if you raise the erosion counter enough, a certain character shows up. And I believe it's like related directly to Sabutsuki or whatever this character's name is. I think it's Sabutsuki. I think there's also an effect to get here. What the fuck? It's really pretty, but oh, I like. What the hell? Holy shit! I completely changed the whole area. I've never done that before. I remember reading a lot of like ways you can get like not insta killed, but there are certain ways you can get like flat out just killed. I guess would be the easiest way. There are only like 2 instances, I think, and I remember one of them said something about flowers. What the fuck? Which is why I can't get back. I don't like where this is going. Oh my god, I think I triggered one of the effects in this game. Fuck. What the I do not like this. One bit. What the fuck? Oh god, these are like the infected children. Shit. This is not disturbing at all. Ugh. Okay, I'll try not to draw on for too many more minutes, because a lot of this game is exploration, and I don't want to ruin all the worlds for you. Although I'm probably not giving you a whole lot of useful information. I remember, I think Smile and Sister can be found in this area, but there's also like the Flower Girl, I think, which needs to be killed in order for a certain passage to be unblocked. But, oh god, this is... What the fuck? Wait, those are 2 heart rate monitors. Another thing pretty common is heart... Oh, hey, a nurse! Oh, I remember. But wait, this is like a hospital-only character. What's it doing here? I don't think that's a glitch. I may be wrong. I'm not sure. I think if you wear like the bandaged arm or something, it like follows you to heal you and stuff. Well, because it's not giving me an effect, so I don't... What the hell? I think there's also the doctor, and you can kill both of these characters, and like the doctor leaves his class. Oh shit, it's actually one of the calm ones. This is like the calm Sabutsky, rather called, or no, not Sabutsky, like Tado or Mano something. It means like monster in Japanese. They're basically one of the infected school kids, but not like the children who are like more high school. And it's believed that they actually cause this character to be... They were the ones who bullied this character and caused a lot of the damage to her, which I think actually led up to her infection. Oh god, this is really like creepy. I have to say, pretty much all the Yume Nikki games have really good, if not really just creepy game music. Especially this one. It gives you really uneasy feelings, but they're really good music too. Hello? Okay, I think it's good to end here. Long story short, I'll try to give you a quick summary of everything. Again, this game has very heavy themes, so don't play if themes such as like suicide, like genocide, bullying to the point of like permanent damage to oneself, terminal illness, so on and so forth. If these are pretty like they don't register well with you, I would just stay away from this game in particular. But that doesn't mean to just miss out on all Yume Nikki games. I'd say like just instead check out like LCD-DEM is like the least. I don't think there's really anything like that bad in that one. And Yume Nikki 2 has like a lot less compared to even the original Yume Nikki. The erosion and friendship meters, you should always be like thinking about like, am I causing too much erosion to myself? Should I be more careful? And so on. A lot of the effects can be found if you're having trouble finding them but try not to get like spoilers. You have to be careful because the wikis don't have really well controlled spoilers. I think the theories pages are pretty good at stopping them though. Another thing, I addressed it before, but I just want to like clarify. This game is originally Japanese, but they did make English patches for it. So you will get what is all English, but the game may run, and it may think, and it'll run, and it'll see that you're an English game, and it'll just stop it, not because they want to be a dick to you, but because it normally doesn't run well. All you really need is AppLocale. Again, if you're having trouble with the game, leave a comment in the description. I might leave like my email or something in the comment section to contact me or even FreePCGamers if you need help with AppLocale or with running this game. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Long story short, this is like the bloodiest, most gore. You'll probably have a lot more of like dark, if you like sort of like the dark side of life, you'll enjoy this game a lot more than the others. That's pretty much it. This is Shane from FreePCGamers. Good night and sweet dreams, everybody. But there's this character known as Smile and Sister, and it does with all these things is like fighting against people who have the disease, because the disease like warps the mind. It's sort of like zombification and whatnot. And this game also adds to the stuff. There are certain characters you may have to kill. There are, I believe, like stuff dealing with like miscarriage and stillbornness. There's stuff dealing with like your childhood friend dying. I believe terminally disease affecting the character and others. Like whole towns like are completely wiped out by the disease. But anyway, getting on with the game. This is definitely, of the 4 games, I guess you could consider like the Sister Dream games, I guess. This is definitely probably the most goriest. It's really a great game, don't get me wrong, but you're gonna have to be pretty resilient in order to play this. Now, I haven't played this in a while, so I don't remember all the stuff going on, and I never got far. What the hell's going on? What the okay. I have no fucking idea. If I remember correctly, this game does... Hello everybody, Shane here for FreePCGamers, yet again, with another game sort of based with the Yume Nikki series of dream games, or the sister dream games, or whatever you want to call it. This is one of, I guess, considering it how you look at all the games based on Yume Nikki, it's either 3 of 3 or 4 of 4 or whatever. But this is dot flow, point flow, so on and so forth, however you want. Special things about this game I will go over, and they're like special counters each time you play the game. But I think it's consistent through your save files. But I do think there's like a random effect every time you start the game that affects some things. So anyway, what I mean is when this game has a heavy theme and stuff, it deals with things like bullying to the point of like flat out beating, possible like permanent damage to the person. It deals with like it alludes to sort of like gang violence. It'd be easier to read the it. Now, I do have to warn all viewers right now. This game is very, very heavy on its theme. It's not stuff you'd see in most games. It goes beyond gore. It has a lot of gore, but that's not what makes this game so like emotionally and mentally heavy. It deals with some stuff that we don't look at much in society. It's really heavy stuff. Now, the premise of the game, you play a girl who's been infected or is believed to be infected with a disease known as rust. And over the game, there's actually two